What is up, you guys? It is your boy John here from PumaPlow. Welcome back to another back to Hagenstedt. It is officially time, guys, to buy the cows. So what I'm going to do is not actually buy the cows on the video. I will cut and come back after we buy a few cows. Alright, you guys, 50 cows have been purchased. I think that is a good place to start on this map. 50 cows is enough, probably, for the life of this map, to be honest. So, first thing we need to do, guys, we need to feed the cows. I guess it's really the second thing, since we already did the first thing. We need to make some mixed rations, y'all. That's all I have to say. We need to do some mixing. And yes, you guys, this video is coming out on the wrong day because I messed up yesterday and put So Back to Westbridge out on the wrong day. So, my bad. It's funny because it was the last So Back to Westbridge as well. That made it kind of amusing, honestly, that I messed it up and put it on the wrong day. It's not the first time that I have done that, and it would definitely will not be the last time that I do that either. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind, definitely. Okay, so on square bales, I know it's 1 and 1. I don't know what it's going to be with round bales, because I don't generally use the round bales. Just make a mess, nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. They were stacked neatly. Not so much anymore, huh? But that's okay, right? Alright, fork you. I'll fork you. That's the thing. But I do appreciate you guys coming back for another So Back to Hagenstedt. As I said a minute ago, the last So Back to Westridge was supposed to air today. Instead, it went live yesterday. Stuff happens, right? Trust me, nobody's more upset about it than I am. I was pretty annoyed with myself for what I did. So I think it is still going to be 1 and 1 here. Let's go try this out. I know that help is incredibly gross, but we're going to go ahead and try it out here for a second. So let's turn it on, so it'll start filling, and we might be good. We might just be good here. I would say, yeah, we're going to be pretty good. So actually, yeah, okay. It uses a little bit more silage than I might like it to use, but we're still within the acceptable range, so that's good. Let's turn this nasty help off. The help is gross, and I don't like it. Can you tell? Alright, so 50 cows, I thought that would be a great place to start here on this map. And like I said, 50 cows is probably enough for the life of this map. I actually just noticed something while I was purchasing the cows. We're down to 11 free slots on this map. So we are going to have to start liquidating some of this equipment and making some smarter decisions here with some of our equipment, because I would like to get a bigger combine here very, very soon, and I know that that's going to be expensive slot-wise, and that is like the worst part of this game on the Xbox, was the slots, or are the slots, I should say. So it's, you know, part of the game you have to deal with. And that's really about all there is to it. So we will work around it and do our best to manage our slots. So yeah. Okay. I miss the JCB skid steer right now from 15 and 17. That's all I'm going to say. Really missing the old skid steer. But that is okay. That is okay. Oh, okay. Bale. Bale physics. Weren't really a thing. So I'm actually recording this video on Wednesday. It's coming out on Thursday. It's supposed to come out on Wednesday, but it's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. And as many of you guys know, I live near the St. Louis metro area, and they are predicting a winter storm. And it's not going to be a typical winter storm. It's going to be a freezing rain event, is what they're calling for right now, this weekend. So I guess I'll go ahead and say it in this video. If there's no videos past say Friday, it's because I lost my power. And yeah, so we do have a generator. I posted a picture of it on Instagram, but it's not a huge generator. It's not like a home standby whole house generator thing. So the other thing is that generators kind of produce what I deem like I've heard this term before, a dirty power. It's not really a nice clean power that's good for electronics per se. So having said that, I don't know, or I shouldn't say I don't know. I probably am not going to plug in any of my expensive electronics to the generator, except for maybe, charging my tablet or something of that nature. But beyond that, I'm probably not going to be charging or plugging in, all my computers and Xbox and all that stuff. Probably not going to do that. So, I don't know. If I don't have power over the weekend, obviously I won't stream on Saturday or Sunday night. That's just the way it is. The worst of the storm is supposed to hit here Saturday night. So getting to the farm on Sunday could be interesting. And we won't go down if we hear the roads are dangerous. We just won't. Simply will not go down. It's not worth risking somebody getting hurt to go to the farm and dunce around in the shed like we do in the winter. So, yeah. But if there's no videos, that's why. I think we should go ahead, prepare for the worst, hope for the best kind of deal. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to make videos, but I don't know that I will get as many videos made to like cover me for next week, let's say, before the storm hits. So we will have to see. And it might be a thing of where there's still videos, but there's no streams, because I could produce a bunch of videos between today and Friday and, get them turned around, edited, uploaded, and everything before the storm hits. And that's probably what's going to happen. That's my thought process right now anyway, is go ahead and get as much content produced as possible in case I have to go a weekend or a week without power. So if it's anything like back in 2006, we had a Mondo ice storm in 2006, and we were without power here, I think, for 10 days at my house. Yeah, somewhere around 10 days. And we got lucky in the fact that it wasn't super, super cold. So we didn't have to worry about heat too much. There were some nights where it got pretty cold in the house, but not cold enough to like freeze pipes or anything like that. So we didn't have to worry about it from that aspect. But yeah, we do have one of those like super efficient propane heaters that are like actually okay to run indoors. And if need be, we can run that. We actually have two of them. If need be, we can run that in the house to keep the house warm. And I say they're okay to run indoors because they don't produce carbon dioxide. It's a whole thing. But those types of heaters have been around forever, and you don't really hear of too many people having issues from those. Now I'm sure some of you guys are going to be like, oh my God, that's the worst thing ever. And, it's really not. So we've been doing it for years, and it's been fine. It has been fine. You just get a little sleepy. I'm joking. I'm such a jerk. No, it's totally fine. We've not had any issues with it. And yeah, the biggest one would be honestly keeping Mom's oxygen machine running. If you guys don't know, my mother is on oxygen. We have an oxygen generator that sits in our kitchen and runs. And that's the biggest thing to keep running in the house as far as I'm concerned, because, without it, she's not going to be feeling well at all. She will be very, very sick. So we need to keep that thing running for her. So that's really the most important thing in the whole house, as far as I'm concerned. All my computer stuff and whatnot, and that, if there's no videos, there's no videos. That's just the way it is. Yeah. So basically, I'm kind of warning you in this video that hey, if there's no videos or no streams, you know why. So, just so everybody's warned. Yeah. The only access I'll have to any of the stuff would be, like, an iPhone that I could borrow. It's not mine because I don't have a smartphone yet. Someday, maybe. But that would be like the only access to anything that I would have would be off of that phone. So it will be very interesting. I hope that we don't lose power. I'm hoping that the storm is not that bad. But you have to be prepared, you know. So, oh my, oh, that was almost bad. So, like, actually today, real time today, when I'm making this video, I went out and like fired up the generator, make sure it was good to go. It's got some gas, not a ton, but it does have some. It's got good oil in it, and it ran fairly well. So I'm confident in the generator working. So that would be good. That would definitely be good. You got to have a generator working if you hope, if you unfortunately would have to use it. You need the thing to work. So yeah, I definitely don't want to have to use the thing. But it's one of those things where if we have to, we have to, and we'll be prepared. And that's all we can do, is be prepared. So, nope. I totally missed that bell, didn't I? Yeah. Well, if I hold the button down, this would be so much easier. Oh, I still... What? How did I... You know what? That just works too. Or not. Trying to knock the thing over at this point. There we go. Got that one to knock over. That'll work. So, yeah, and then things like... I guess realistically, I didn't think of this. We've never had this issue since my aunt's lived with us, but we have... she has fish. We would have to keep the fish tank heater and the air pump running, I guess. Yeah. I didn't think about that. So what we actually do, and it works out fairly well, and it's kind of rednecky, but it works. So obviously generator stays out in the backyard, far enough away from the house where we don't have any issues from carbon monoxide, anything like that. And we actually run extension cords in through our exhaust fan in our kitchen because it's kind of a good little spot where you can sneak in a couple cords and keep all your doors and windows shut. You just run them up through that exhaust fan, and it totally works. It's not recommended, but it works. Now the unfortunate side, or the unfortunate thing about my house is that our water heater is electric, which means power goes out, we have zero hot water after a little while, because there's obviously a tank full of hot water, but once the tank runs out, it's cold. So I remember in 06, yeah, in 06 we had just a terrible that ice storm. And I remember in 06 there were showers being taken, but it was very few. And you would turn the water on and then like turn it off and turn it on and go, oh geez. It was so cold. But we never left the house or anything in 06. We stayed here. We actually had a good time. It's like Casey and his brother spent a lot of time over here because my house was a little warmer than their house was. So it was a good time. It was a good time. You run back then at least, and we probably would again run that extension cord over to Casey's house, which Casey's my buddy that lives next door, in case you guys don't know, to keep his like refrigerator running. You wanna keep that kind of stuff running too. If you have enough power to, that's totally gonna roll out, isn't it? If you have enough power to spare to kind of do those things, you wanna try to keep that kind of stuff running. It's not fun living off of a generator. You do have to change the oil in it I think we were doing every, 24 hours or 36, 50 hours maybe. I don't remember how often we would do the oil, but I can definitely remember changing it a few times during that storm in 06. We actually had two storms in 06. We had the winter storm, which was an ice storm, then we had like a summery storm. And both of them we lost power for a week plus in each one, and it was just not fun. There was nothing fun about that time. I shouldn't say that. We made the best out of a bad situation. in the fact that, I was cooking breakfast on the barbecue pit in the front yard when the tree trimming crews were all like coming down the street to clean up all the backyards and so they could get the lines going again. All of our lines in this neighborhood are above ground, unfortunately, which is why we have such power issues. Now, since the 2006 storms, they have done a really good job of trimming trees back and everything like that. There's one tree behind like Casey's house, behind the house next door to mine, that is very scary to pretty much everybody in the neighborhood. Everybody in the neighborhood's like, that tree is going to kill all of us someday. That tree is going to be an issue. It isn't like an old growth maple. And yeah, this thing is massive. It splits into a whole bunch of different trunks going up and stuff, and not a very good tree, but it is huge, and it's been there forever, and every single storm there's a big branch that falls out of this thing, and it's scary. It is very scary. And if it goes down, oh my, bail. If this tree would happen to go down, it will take out power to at least everybody on my run. If not more. I mean, it's going to level the lines to the ground. So power, internet, phone, cable, all that, it's just gone. It'll all be gone. So we've all been kind of nervous about that tree for many years. They have trimmed it, like the power company, guys have trimmed it a little bit, but it's still kind of ridiculous how close it is to the lines. So back to farming for a second here. And this is more like a podcast video. I was talking about the slots where I wanted to consolidate slightly. So this old combine's going to go. This old combine has served us well, but it is time to... Oh, it's doing that weird texture or the glitchy thing. That's fun. It is time to... I don't know why I pulled my help up. It is time to get rid of it so that we can maybe buy a new one. Because a new combine would be very, very nice. And I think we're going to go with... I don't know if we're going to go all the way. Let's see. That's the 7130. That's actually smaller than the 9230. So the 9230 would be our best bet. The quad track version does not work. It is broken, if I recall, on Farm Sim 13. And I don't want to spend the money to make or see if it's broken or not, basically. So there's that. Okay, and actually... Let's see. The current harvest that we have... Actually, let's just buy them. Let's just buy them if we can afford them slot-wise. We have one free slot. Heck yeah. So we have corn in our field right now. But... Let's see. We have one free slot. So you know what? Let's keep this combine for right now. We don't really need our slot for anything else at this point. I am going to have to consolidate more equipment and... figure out exactly what to do with the equipment on this map and everything. So there is that. But for right now, we need to get a corn harvest going. And actually, here in a second, we need to end this video. So we will pick up the corn harvest next video, guys. Hopefully, hopefully I'm able to get it out next week. But like I said, if we get an extended power outage, I will have no way to render videos, upload videos, any of that kind of stuff. The only thing I will be able to do is maybe do a little vloggy style thing off of an iPhone and upload it that way, assuming there's cell signal, which, they bring in generators and stuff to the cell towers to keep them running. So, should be okay there. But... like I said, if we get an extended power outage here, PumaPlow's kind of going to shut down for a little bit. And I will ramp up production as soon as I can after the storm, assuming I'm hoping planning for the worst and hoping for the best is really the truth of the matter. So hoping for the best, planning for the worst, because you just never know what's going to happen. So... you might as well make some plans and, yeah, actually, let's put you in the small field. Actually, well, let's not put him anywhere. Let's go fire up the new 9230. It's got 3 beacons for the win. All right, you guys. So we are going to get on out of here. We will be corn harvesting here in a moment, or I should say, in about a week. I'm going to go ahead and record it right now just to get done. And yeah, so it'll be a moment for me, a week for you guys. But thank you so much for watching. I'm your boy John from PumaPlow. Make sure you hit that like button for more. Subscribe if you have not already done so. And as always, toodles.